I'm proposing that everybody, the millionaires pay 1% on intercontinental ballistic missile attack on Israel. No one was hurt. No one Israeli was accidentally killed. Everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
After a disastrous first presidential debate, Joe Biden is fighting for his political life. With less than 4 months before elections, some Democrats are questioning Biden's ability to govern for another 4 years if he is re-elected, and are calling on him to step aside.
With all my heart and soul, I can do this job, because quite frankly...
But Biden has been defiant about staying in the race till the end.
You got me, man. I'm not going anywhere. All right. But ever since then, there's been a lot of speculation. What's Joe going to do? Is he going to stay in the race? Is he going to drop out? What's he going to do? Well, here's my answer. I am running and going to win again.
Folks, I give you my word as a Biden, I would not be running again if I didn't believe with all my heart and soul I can do this job. Because quite frankly, the stakes are too high. The stakes are too high.
Biden will be formally named as the Democratic nominee in the convention in August. But as doubts increase about him, there are multiple scenarios that could play out in the next 1 month, and many of them could get messy.
We got to do what our founders did.
One outcome will be if the president voluntarily decides to withdraw from the race. And there is precedent here. In 1968, Lyndon B. Johnson, then president and the frontrunner for the Democratic Party's nomination, shocked the country by announcing that he would neither seek nor accept his party's nomination. Then Vice President Hubert Humphrey, who was nominated for president at the convention later that year, eventually lost to Republican nominee Richard Nixon. Right now, Biden is the only candidate for whom those attending the Democratic convention can even vote. He received 99% of the party's delegates in the primaries. And Democratic delegates have pledged to back whoever won their state's contest in the first round of voting. According to DNC rules, those delegates are pledged to support the incumbent president. Biden has the power to leave the race and release all the pledged delegates he has accumulated. If Biden willingly drops out, it could turn into a free-for-all. Democrats would be left with an open convention where they would be free to vote for whichever candidate they wanted. After the first ballot, so-called superdelegates, which are more than 700 party figureheads, would start voting as well. Delegates would keep voting on successive ballots until a candidate gets a majority and is declared the winner. This could spark a frantic contest among Democrats vying for a shot at the nomination. Along with Vice President Kamala Harris, those who may actively vie for the nomination could include Governors Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan, Gavin Newsom of California, and J.B. Pritzker of Illinois. As of now, 6 House Democrats have directly called on the president to exit the race. But Biden has given no indication of stepping down. So pushing him out could be tricky, to say the very least. In the modern political era, a major national party has never tried a hostile takeover of the nomination. But the DNC does have some loopholes that could make it possible to push Biden out. The rules allow delegates to, in all good conscience, reflect the sentiments of those who elected them. This essentially means that they can look to someone else. There is also the factor of the convention chair. Under DNC rules, a ruling from the chair can shut down almost anything. Bypassing the ruling of the convention chair would require 25% of the delegates demanding a roll call vote. So they can stage a revolt against Biden. But such a scenario would involve a lot of chaos and essentially hand the election on a platter to Donald Trump. Once the nomination is decided at the convention, only the nominee can choose to bail. The party can't do it. So Democrats would be stuck with Biden unless he changes his mind post the convention. The Democratic National Committee's official procedures give them the authority to choose a new candidate if either member of the ticket, that is the president or vice presidential nominee, withdraw or die. The party's national chairman, Jamie Harrison, would then consult with Democratic leaders in Congress and in the Democratic Governors Association and make a report to the DNC. But the members themselves would have the final say. Whatever the scenario, the Democratic National Convention is shaping up to be an explosive one.